Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you today. It was announced that Kevin Nash has his WWE Legends deal reinstated after his charges were dropped after his Christmas Eve escapades with him and his son. That was saw him wildly trashed through all of the dirt sheets. The rumor went as far as to say that Kevin Nash choke slammed or power slammed one or the other. His son, of course, he was taken into custody later in the night. The police returned, and the son was taken into custody, and it just sucks. This goes along into sports coverage as well as wrestling. A lot of things is picked up, even in celebrities. There's a lot of things that's reported as news in this world today that just doesn't need to be out there. I think that a lot of time when you see sports players, their personal lives, such as like their marriages or their girlfriends or things like that, brought up into the sports pages. A lot of it is almost like it's more into like gambling coverage. Like, I'm not going to bet on this guy because he might have a certain edge on him because he's going through a divorce. It might be going through a hard time, so he might not hit the middle as hard, or run. You might not be able to concentrate on the big game coming up and stuff like that. And I honestly think that just sucks. I think that the sports page, or even when it comes to like your wrestling dirt sheets, it should just be about what the actual guy is doing. Kevin Nash is a guy that's pretty well removed from the wrestling business. He might work an independent show or here or there. Maybe he might make some Twitter comment about somebody on Monday Night Raw or something like that. Maybe that gets brought up into it. But I don't know. Keep his personal life and especially his son out of the news. It just sucks for him. Being a famous dude. Nash was one of my favorites. When you go back and you watch those old Nitros with the NWO running crazy over things, man, Nash just was the definition of cool. I don't care what you say. If you go back and you look at that stuff as being corny, the way that they ripped off, wearing the Red Hawks jerseys and wearing the do-rags around your head, whether if he's ripping off Tupac or whatever he was doing, throwing up the gang signs with the NWO Wolf Pack. That was what cool was back in the day. That's what everybody was doing, and by him, being the guy who came up with the idea of just making the NWO T-shirt just plain. And back in the day, if you look at the old WCW T-shirts that were coming out, none of them just had a logo on them. All of them had breaking my golden rule of buying wrestling shirts is they put the guy's face on it. They put the guy's face on there huge. You can't get away with wearing that. You know what I mean? But with Kevin Nash being reinstated, more than likely he will be added back into the Raw reunion, which is going to be on Monday night, July 19th, I believe. It's going to be Monday Night Raw. Already added was supposed to be the NWO, and as well as that was Shawn Michaels was going to be involved. I know that we just got a NWO reunion back in August, but I think that was pretty big with Hulk Hogan's birthday. They brought back a lot of his friends. Roddy Piper was there. I think Mr. Wonderful was there. I know the NWO, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall came down. It was a shame that Brutus the Barber Beefcake didn't get invited. I know he's not the biggest name in the world, but I think a lot of people, when you think of Hulk Hogan, you think of him. Hell, I even would have invited Fred Ottman. Bring out Tugboat from back in the day. He was one of his best friends leading into SummerSlam 1990. Might not be one of the biggest names in wrestling, but it would have been a pop from a lot of the fans from back in the day. But honestly, when I saw this coming up, I know that last time they did the Hulk Hogan's birthday, it was a lead up to Brock Lesnar coming down and getting in Hogan's face, and then John Cena came running down to make the save, which led to Cena versus Lesnar at SummerSlam. I don't know really why they're doing this. I don't really see them, recreating this, having all the legends in there, and having Brock Lesnar running down, threatening to whoop them up. My first honest thought of what was going to happen was, I thought that the Raw reunion was going to be Kevin Nash going into the Hall of Fame. I thought it was going to be his Hall of Fame announcement, and then around him inside of the ring would be all of his friends. Shawn Michaels would be there, more than likely Triple H. probably wouldn't be a part of it, even though everybody knows that he's his friend. But being the leader of the authority, well, maybe if he's the leader of the authority, maybe that's the reason why he's going in. But I don't think you want to make Kevin Nash look like a heel on TV going into the WWE Hall of Fame. You know, you get your NWO, you got Hall there. Everybody know one of his writing partners throughout his whole life, through WCW and his, Razor Ramon, in the Clique back in the day, Hogan being there. I thought that would be a really cool thing to see somebody. A lot of times they play the video package and somebody might come out at the back. I remember when Shawn Michaels got put in, he did that in-ring segment with Alberto Del Rio where it looked like Shawn was about to sort of give some sort of a speech, then being interrupted by Del Rio. Even though when Del Rio got the ring, I think that Shawn just super kicked him and they started playing the music. I thought that was good because it almost would have wasted his Hall of Fame speech if he did say something there on Monday Night Raw. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad Kevin's back into the WWE. I know that he was kind of negative about them dropping his contract, but that is part of the contract. Is that you got to keep your nose clean. They can't have legends running around with drug problems and things like that. You're basically just being paid as a thank you for everything that you did in the business, and that's one of the reasons why it's so big. Is because of what you did in the past. And of course, they're able to make action figures and sell your T-shirts and things like that, and keep some revenue flying in for you. So I don't know. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he can go into the WWE Hall of Fame. More than likely, as many people complain about it, I think he is going to be the main eventer of this class. So we'll see what goes down. Peace out, everybody. WrestleMania 31 right up around the corner.